Hello, welcome to another devlog about my waterpark tycoon game that I'm making. My plan was to make a devlog every week, but last week I didn't publish a new video because that week just wasn't really interesting. I had a lot of personal stuff that I needed to handle and I couldn't work on my game at all. This week I got slowly into the groove of working on my game again, so that's nice. Also, if you notice my voice is a bit weird, it's because I have a cold right now. I want to quickly thank everyone for the nice feedback, the nice comments, and so many subscribers that I suddenly got. How did people already get excited about this game when I haven't even worked on any exciting features in my devlogs yet? I didn't expect that. So that's really nice, and it certainly motivates me to continue working on this game and continue documenting my progress. So let's just jump into this week. In the previous video I already got the basic extrusion of a mesh working, where I extrude a line segment along a path and then we get this basic tube. So now the goal is to make some kind of user interface that will make it easy for the player to create their own water slide. Of course, the idea is to have several different water slide types and a lot of customization options, like the width and whether one person gets to ride it, whether people sit in tubes with 2 or 4 people or whatever. Those things will of course be possible, but we have to get the basics working first. So for now, I'm just going to create a user interface that will let the player place points that connect curves, and along those curves, a tube gets extruded. So I have made a first prototype for the water slide builder. What happens is that we create a curve that is based on points placed in the world. So most often those are 4 points in my game. By interpolating between these points, we get a smooth curve that goes from the first point to the last point. Along that curve, we calculate many points. We do a bit of math magic to make sure that every point has the same distance to the previous point. And then at every point, a line segment gets placed, and by connecting those, we get a mesh. If you're interested in learning about Bézier curves and you don't know a lot about them yet, I would highly suggest Freya Holmér's video about Bézier curves. She's a great source for anything math, especially game dev math related. In this prototype, you click the mouse at a certain point in space, so you can first lift it of course, and then once you click and hold, you get to place the first 2 points of the first curve. After that, you get to place 2 more points to finish the curve. From there on, you can continue placing points until you're satisfied. As you see, it looks a bit quirky, it doesn't look water slide-ish, but those are problems for later. Now that I have this in place, I have a million different possibilities to shape this tool into something that creates beautiful water slides. I'm focusing now on the main basic elements of a water slide. Of course, in the future I will add special elements like a bowl, a half pipe and stuff like that. But for now it is important to have the basic things in place. I'm really looking forward to adding all of these elements to the water slide builder, because then the player will really have endless possibilities to create their own water slide. This is just a casual reminder to sometimes step back from your desk and go outside for a walk, especially if you're brainstorming or you're thinking a lot about one specific problem or issue. It really helps to get outside and clear your head sometimes. And yes, this advice is meant for me as well, because I'm really bad at it, but I do know that it's a really good thing to do. I have worked a bit more on the system. This mesh is certainly a placeholder, but at least it shows now that this is the start of the slide.
and once you actually want to build, it rotates along with the slide, but also you can only move it in 4 different directions, so it will align with the grid of the game. And then of course, once you start, you can see there are these connecting things that make it a bit more realistic. So, and that's a slide.
I don't have that much time this Sunday, so I'm just going to change some small things, like the color, because why did I choose gray? I don't know. But besides that, I will have to continue working on this game next week. So, see you then. Bye.